Before success becomes a title, it is first a conversation. Before the promotion, there comes a meeting. Before the business, there comes a pitch. And before the opportunity comes a moment where someone decides whether they are worth hearing. Greetings, everyone. My name is John Malau from Prime 1 School, and today I'd like to talk about how success often begins with something much simpler than we think: our voice. We often picture success as something official, like a title on a name card, a certificate on a wall, or a position that people recognize. But those things come later. Long before that, success lives in quieter places. It lives in rooms with plastic chairs and weak air conditioning, in phone calls, in conversations, in interviews, and in moments where someone chooses to listen. Warren Buffett, one of the world's most successful investors, puts communication as the center of success. He believes that to stand out, whether you like it or not, you have to be comfortable with public speaking. Because to him, the ability to articulate yourself is an ability that doesn't lose value. It stays with you, it grows with you, and it continues to open doors long after other qualifications fade. Because people don't just invest in ideas, they invest in the people who can convey those ideas. Two people can have the exact same idea, speak in front of the exact same crowd, and yield completely different reactions. Because in the real world, nobody can see the thoughts in your head. Nobody can measure your intentions, your efforts, or the nights you stayed up preparing. All they hear are your words. And from those few minutes of speaking, they decide whether you're confident, capable, and worthy of their attention. Because in most rooms, people don't have enough time to investigate your potential. And that may not seem fair, but it's real. They don't see you for who you are, but who you seem to be. A brilliant mind that cannot explain themselves looks like confusion. And confusion is not rewarded, it is not promoted, and it is most definitely not chosen. In a room filled with opportunities, the doors are not locked, they are simply closed. And they don't open for silent people. They open when they are knocked, and your voice is that knock. Every interview is a door, every presentation is a door, every introduction, question, every pitch is another door. But you can stand in front of the right door with the right idea, the right skills, and the right intention. But if you don't knock, if you never speak, no one from the other side will even know you're there. And here's the uncomfortable truth. Most people don't fail because they lack ability. They fail because their ability was never proven. Classrooms are full of great ideas that were never said. Meetings are full of solutions that were never voiced. Opportunities pass by people every day, not because they were unqualified, but because they were unheard. We like to believe that success comes from hard work, and hard work speaks for itself, but it doesn't. Your efforts are silent, your intentions are silent, your intelligence is silent until you give it a voice. The world cannot reward what it cannot hear. Because talent without a voice is a potential that never arrives. Ideas without expressions are plans that never happen. And intelligence without communication is light hidden behind a closed door. But you don't need to be the loudest person in the room. You don't need to have the perfect accent, the perfect grammar, or the perfect confidence. You just need to be heard. Because every time you choose to speak, you're knocking on another door. And one day, any of those doors will open, and behind it will be the life you've been working towards. So, if success is waiting in the other side of a conversation, then don't let your future be decided by your silence. Because before success becomes a title, before it becomes a position, before it becomes a life you're proud of, it is first a conversation. And that conversation begins the moment you choose to use your voice. So speak. Speak bravely and speak your way to success. Once again, I am John Malau from Prime 1 School. Thank you.